Storm Wizard and Shark Bait are coming to Clash Mini, and it could be some of the strongest minis on launch, but you need to fully understand their abilities and synergies to discover their true strength and fully utilize them. So let's start this news with Storm Wizard. She is a free elixir ranged mini and has a clash ability that summons a tornado. It stuns the enemy 4 tiles in front of her and makes them untargetable for 3 seconds, dealing 2 damage per second. So it will be as if the unit is just thrown out of the board. So it's kind of like the Battle Boxer's 3rd star, but they take damage instead of actually heal. So you can use this versus enemy tanks, so everyone will target the damage dealer or even ranged units right away, while the tank does nothing, losing all of its value. One nice thing as well is that the Storm Wizard is in set 6, so her clash ability will activate the quickest, so you don't have to worry about princes or fishermen. In fact, you can use it to counter princes or fishermen, and kinda the Hog Rider, but kinda not, because most likely the Storm Wizard's tile will be occupied by your other mini if the enemy wanted to Hog Rider there in the first place. The 1st star doubles the duration to 6 seconds, so you can kill the enemy's only other melee mini and get to the enemy back lines before the enemy tank can even, well, tank. This also means that the damage dealt is doubled to 12 damage, and that makes it pair very well with the 2nd star, which doubles the damage per second to 4. So if you use both of these upgrades, the enemy will take 24 damage guaranteed. So when they're back, they will be weak enough for your minis to finish off easily. The 3rd star makes the clash ability a super, costing 4 energy. And this could be great because it constantly stops the enemy melee minis from doing anything. But it's also a double-edged sword because you can't control who the tornado and when. And it will always be the base super, so the 1st and 2nd star can't apply here. She's in the mage class, and that works very well with the Warden triple wizard deck because that means that the tornado will deal even more damage. And here are her emotes and avatar. And also, can we talk about how a piece of her hair is just drooping on her eye? Like, how does she feel not annoyed that it was just stuck on her eye? Like, how does she see? Why did she not just lift up her eye? And I just don't get it. It's just before we get to a mini that's gonna destroy Archer Queen and Warden decks and a lot more, in Rumbles you finally get +3 elixir when you lose a round, like in duels. And there's also gonna be way more rewards in event mode, but you do need to play more to get them. There will also be an event quest line for even more resources and rewards, but events will now be locked at 1800 trophies. And to celebrate these changes, the Hero Trio event will last for an entire week this week. We're also getting all these balance changes, including watering down the Devil's Deal tile. Thank God for that. And then we have Fisherman 2.0. If you see him being called
Shark Bait, Shark Bait, Shark Bait, Mr. Shark Bait, Shark Bait,
that's what we call clickbait instead. And I'll prove it to you. He is a 4 elixir melee mini, and he has a super that pulls the furthest enemy and the surrounding tiles to him with his fishing net, stunning them for 1 second and dealing 8 damage. Since that sounds ridiculously strong, his super costs 10 energy, but he is in a C class, which gives him a lot more energy. This is awesome versus Archer Queen or Warden decks, where minis tend to group up together at the back, because all of them will be pulled by the Fisherman 2.0, but if he's taunted, he will actually super the mini that is taunting him, so a giant 1st star could be a great counter. What doesn't work though is the decoy beating stick or gizmos. Fisherman 2.0 will just ignore them. The 1st star triples the stun duration to 3 seconds, and the 2nd star doubles the super damage to 16. That kinda sounds like a beefed up version of the Fisherman, doesn't it? They both pull minis from the enemy side with their fishing equipment. The Fisherman 2.0 can do it more than once and has bigger fishing equipment, and they both have that giant beard and hat and are holding a fish. Well, or that could be an IKEA blahage, if you know you know. For his 3rd star, he starts the round with 5 more energy, which means he starts with 7 energy out of 10, because he gets 2 initial energy in the first place. And paired with another mini in the C class, he's gonna start with a whopping 9 energy, so it's basically a free super at the start. And guess what that resembles? The Fisherman's Clash ability. And if that doesn't convince you that he's Fisherman 2.0, I don't know what will. And here are his emotes and avatar. Since both of these minis are in set 6, to accommodate for them, the max collector level is increased from 125 to 140, and this also means we get more keys. Oh, and by the way, I'm hosting a huge event where you guys get to beat world records. This week's is the biggest HP shield on a mini, so join my server if you have a good idea on how to beat that and even earn some money.